Hello YouTube! Today with me Nuratrue Pro headphones that have been with me for 3 weeks, so I think I can say something more about them. The first thing that surprised me was the case. Looking at pictures of these headphones on the internet, I expected that the case be quite large. But in fact it is only a little larger than the case of Technics AZ60. The case itself is made of matte material. Inside, where the headphones are placed, the flap is covered with such a cool soft material, probably so that the headphones that are inside don't get damaged. The headphones themselves look great. These are probably some of the nicest headphones I have had the opportunity to deal with. Of course, they are not the smallest because they are quite large, but thanks to the fact that they are in the form of such kind of plates, they look very cool in the ears. Everything is well fitted. And how these headphones lie in our ears? Great. And during 3 hours of using these headphones, riding a bike or running, I don't feel any discomfort. This is really great. In terms of fit, I have no complaints at all. The headphones have apx4, so such standard water resistance. It's nice that we have some water resistance related to the fact that we can use them in the rain or during sport activities. Then the producer declares that we have 8 hours of listening music at one time. And we can also extend the time to 32 hours with a charging case. I never listen music that long, but for example, after 3.5 hours of listening to music, if I checked myself in the app how much battery life I had left, it was about 50%. So I think you can easily do 7 hours on these headphones on ANC, of course. Headphones support wireless charging and can be charged via USB-C cable. And now we are going to transparency mode and ANC. Here the transparency mode is called social mode, and in this mode these headphones work great. This is one of the better transparency modes I happen to use. Everything is very cool exposed, natural. You don't have the impression that you are some kind of robot. In addition, if we are in ANC mode and switch to the social mode, then the music is gently muted. And this seemed strange to me at first, but then over time I think the solution is really great. And now the ANC. Here we don't have the possibility to adjust the ANC level for ourselves as we have in some headphones. But this ANC works very well. When we switch from social mode to ANC, we immediately hear a very strong muting of the sounds around us. When, for example, the TV was on in the background or my children were talking, it is very strongly muted. Voices on the bus engine, passing cars, it's all very, very nicely muffled. The second thing, these headphones handle the wind well. Of course, if this wind is very strong, some wind is bound to fall into these headphones. But as I say, this is only in some very strong wind. So, is this the best ANC on the market? No, it's not. It's not the level of Bose Quiet Comfort earbuds, for example, but it is certainly the level of such Sennheiser Momentum TW3 or Technics AZ60. So when it comes to ANC, I'm personally satisfied. And now the issue of phone calls. And here will be a drop of bitterness. Here we have 8 microphones, 2 for bone conduction, and on paper it looks great. If you are at home, if you talk in a quiet room, it is indeed very good. But if you go outside and there is a busy street around us, cars driving, our color will hear not only us, but also our entire surroundings. That's a shame. If someone would use these headphones very often for phone calls, here is the downside, however. I fortunately use these headphones mainly for listening to music, so it doesn't bother me that much. And now let's move to the app of these headphones. First of all, as soon as we connect to our headphones, we immediately get a notification to install the app. Then, first the app checks if we have the right fit for the tips we have in our ears, and then the sound personalization process begins. This lasts a minute and a half to 2 minutes. Later, a demo track is played. Now we are in neutral mode, and then we are told when you are ready to switch to personalized mode. And now what the app looks like. At the top we have settings. The app is in English. We can also choose Chinese if someone prefers. First of all, we have the configuration of buttons. The buttons are pretty much customizable. We have the option of one touch, double touch, triple touch, and touch and hold. And we can actually configure this as much as we want. Then we have the options of multiport here, because the headphones support multiport. We have the ability to disable ANC for ourselves. We can do this from within the headphones themselves. We have to do it here in the app. Next, the spatial audio. I have it turned off here, but we will get to that when we discuss sound quality. Then we have auto pause, meaning when you pull out one earphone or two earphones, the music stops, or we can auto pause off. Now back to main screen. Here we have personalized equalizer. We have the ability to add a sound profile, share our profile with another person, and of course we can see the battery percentage here. This is roughly actually most of the settings. As for connection of these headphones to the phone, it is Bluetooth 5.3. Nothing breaks the connection, everything here works fine. The latency of these headphones is low enough that when watching something on the computer or on the phone, you will see only a slight delay, but not so subtle as to disqualify watching content on these headphones. And now we will move to the sound quality. Of course, everything I'm going to say about sound quality is going to be related to the personalized mode, is no way to the neutral mode. And when I fire up these headphones for the first time after all the magic that worked, which I talk about in the case of the app, I was really shocked, and such a strong shock that the TVOS can play like this. How would I describe the sound of these headphones? These are the first TVOS, so wide when it comes to the stage that sometimes it seems to me that these are not TVOS. Usually I miss high tones when it comes to the TVOS headphones. Here the highs are very relaxing, very pleasant. The mid-range is right on point where it should be. Nothing is too forward or too hidden. The vocals are clear, very pleasant. The bass is excellent. This is bass that doesn't overshadow the stage. This bass hits when it needs to. It can hit very strong, drop very low, and then when it doesn't need to, it can pulse gently. It is present all the time. It doesn't hide the whole scene we have around us. I won't describe these headphones in terms of whether they have a bright sound, warm sound, or dark sound, because these headphones sound the way they are supposed to sound. Here everything is balanced and it is supposed to be. And sometimes in my reviews I say that particular headphones are more suitable for this type of music and another for another type of music. Here it doesn't matter at all. These headphones simply play great of any type of music, and that's how good headphones should sound. Of course, everyone's musical taste and sensitivity is different, so we have a 5-step equalizer, and it's very good that isn't not just 3 steps, for example, because I think 5 steps is the minimum you need to adjust the sound to suit you. We also have something what called immersion when it comes to bass, and that's interesting because this immersion doesn't work like a typical bass boost. That is, when the boost the bass, those lows starts to obstruct our stage. Here this immersion is more what makes the bass so meaty. I have that bass immersion boosted by 1 step. Here we have 10mm drivers. We have codecs mainly aptX, including aptX lossless, but unfortunately I'm not able to test it because my S24 Ultra doesn't support this codec. Perhaps when I'm in Poland, I will borrow my old Asus Zenfone 9 from my brother, because now my brother uses this phone, and check how on this codec these headphones sound. But even without this codec, these headphones sound great. What I want to notice is the spatial audio, because if you turn on the surround sound, you have the impression that the music surrounds you more, but I also have the feeling that the sounds start to melt a little. The details start to escape, so I, for example, personally have the spatial audio turned off. Another thing is the volume. These are another headphones after the Sennheiser Momentum TW3 that I didn't listen at the maximum volume, somewhere around 90%. I think maybe if I gave it to the max, I would able to stand it too, but I don't see the need. And now the question is whether to buy these headphones. And I will say yes. If the purity of sound is the most important thing for you, then it's worth spending the money of Nuratrue Pro, because they are one of the best sounding TVS headphones I've had so far. In addition, we have a pretty long battery life, decent ANC and social mode, very good fit. Of course, here is the spoon of bitterness in the case of quality of phone calls, but it doesn't disqualify these headphones for me, of course. So in conclusion, if you think that you can spend 359 euro on TVS headphones, then I recommend Nuratrue Pro. But if you think that the price for TVS is too high, it's clear that you need to direct your attention somewhere else. These headphones stay with me, and I hope that they will not break down quickly, because now I'm very happy with them. So thanks for watching this video. I invite you to subscribe or a comment if you want, and we will see in the next videos. See you!